This is Annette Dion. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. And today is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, and we made it through the celebrations of the 4th of July. It's all a blur. Anyway, say hello. Let me know how you're doing. I know it feels like Monday, but it's Wednesday. It definitely feels like Monday. Woohoo! I'm working on the decorations. In fact, I think they just flipped over. Hang on, my ice cream cone flipped. We can't have that. See if we can get this to stick. That looks pretty good right now. I have the lights down low because it contributes to coolness. And I'm holding out. I don't have any air conditioning. Just fans. I'm holding out because I can, because it hasn't been brutal here. Hello, hello. When the 4th falls on a weekday, it's weird. Yeah, so it's usually weird because it's usually a weekday. So, yeah, kind of getting our bearings. This morning, I got up and I drove to New Hampshire, which is about an hour drive to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where Marianne Williamson was speaking at an old historic Unitarian church. So it was good. It was really good to hear her and to talk to her again. And even if you don't think that Marianne Williamson will get anywhere in the presidential race, she did run in 2020, and I followed her pretty much every time she was in New Hampshire. She has a lot of really important things to say that you will agree with. So more on that soon. Kalani's saying that he sees that the temperature has not gotten out of the 70s here. Yeah, so I'm not going to glow, but and I feel for people that are in hot. I'm sending you 110 degrees, Annie saying in Tucson. My heart goes out to you. We get brutal heat, but not for as long. But everything's changing. And Joanne's officially a boot camp camper. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes. I'll just tell you when we're starting that I'm having spiritual boot camp, also known as spiritual summer camp, starting on the 8th, which is Saturday. So I've accumulated as much as I can all the knowledge that I have about psychic things, anything to do with being psychic and working as a psychic, and I've compiled all that information as much as I can fit into 7 weeks into a course. So go to psychic.AnnetteDion.com to check that out. And I'll do a commercial break too halfway between. Kathy's watching PNN and a police chase at the same time. Are you watching a police chase on TV? You never know. You never know what's going to happen. That's kind of the world that we live in right now. We never know what's going to happen. Thanks to all of you who supported me in my parade marching for Grassroots of Democracy. I'm telling you people, there's no stopping me. There's no stopping us. We're in it to win it. Yes. And I wanted to say, before you jump into the cards, I wanted to say that there's a very short video. I made a couple of short videos. There's a very short video of the bonfire. Like, not only do we have parades and all that, we have fireworks, but they got rained out. They're going to be this coming weekend. But there's all this celebration, and then in Rockport, Massachusetts, there's a huge bonfire. And I'm surprised it went up, but once it went up, it was just amazing. They built a shack, a replica of this famous building called the Motif Number 1. So they built a Motif Number 1. It's called that because artists have been coming here for years and years and years to paint this particular, it's like a shack. with lobster buoys all over it. So there was this replica of the shack on top of the huge bonfire, pallets of wood, and then they lit it aflame, and then we watched the house burn down. But my point I want to make is, in that video clip, there's some really weird metaphysical stuff going on. So check it out. The July 4th bonfire. Let's jump into the news. And I hope you all had fun over the holiday. And if you didn't, that's okay. There are other years, right? Let's just go to the pendulum. A little while ago, I caught a little clip on the news about Brazil, and that Bolsonaro is not being allowed to run for office ever again because of the insurrection that happened. And the insurrection that happened in Brazil, which was a copycat of January 6th. I have a slice of watermelon right up there behind me. There's a picture. After they saw in Brazil, the Bolsonaro supporters, they saw what happened on January 6th, the Trumpsters and the insurrection. They decided to have their own insurrection, at which time immediately the law enforcement swooped in and arrested people, and Bolsonaro fled, and he went to Florida. I believe he went to Mar-a-Lago. But Bolsonaro is not allowed to ever run for office again. So this is getting to the point of humiliation. He can't run for president for 8 years. It's getting to the point of, I mean, this is humiliating. It's embarrassing to be an American. I don't know if it's for 8 years. Kalani wants some melon and some H2O. You know, I need more water too. So anyway, it's terrible. It's like, come on, we need to get on it. So let's write letters. Let's do what we can to see Donald Trump locked up. Yeah, the news said it. By the way, somebody mentioned up there, I'm not talking to him, but Corey from Bridge Cape Ann, I guess he was videotaping the parade. He was live streaming the parade, and I guess he saw me walk by, and he said that it's a compliment that I walk the walk. So, life. Anyway, let's take a look. Is Donald Trump going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law? Come on, Janet. Cheer up. Can we bring up the positivity? You don't want to say you're sick and tired of anything. Because you don't want to be sick and tired, right? Let's be happy. Let's be happy. Okay. Is Donald Trump going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law by the time the DOJ is done with him? Not to the full extent of the law. Okay, well, there you go. He won't be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Will Donald Trump be prosecuted and be sentenced? Will he be prosecuted and sentenced? I am getting a yes on that, but my original question was, will Donald Trump be prosecuted to the full extent of the law? And it said no. I guess the full extent of the law, the police chase is over. Did they catch him? I guess the full extent, speaking of law enforcement, the full extent of the law for Trump would be, like 15 life sentences. So no, he's not going to get that. Hello, Linda. Will he be going to jail? Well, okay, so that's not to the full extent of the law. Yeah, Thomas is saying the full extent of the law doesn't apply to the rich and powerful. Like Bolsonaro, however, will he be banned? Will Donald Trump be banned from running for public office? Is that something that we're going to see occur? It's all undecided. Do I see him in a military... Sissy, I know it's a typo, but what you've just asked me is, do I see Donald Trump in a military psychic hospital? And I find it funny, because I'm wondering what a psychic hospital would look like. I can only imagine. I understand, Janet, it's just, if you're new here, we kind of go back and forth. It's like a party. Okay. Will Donald Trump go to a mental hospital? No. I do want to ask that question. Somebody's brought up the Zaporizhia. Is that how you say the name of that power plant? I noticed that you didn't write the name of the plant because it's hard to spell. We'll call it the nuclear plant Z. And why couldn't Trump just retire and stay out of the public scene and play golf until he dies? Because he's a malignant narcissist, Kalani. And if you were here on Friday, Monday. All confused. It was Monday. I made the point that it's like if you were dying of thirst and the water was there, and the water for Trump is the crowds, is the base, with the base emotions of the hatred and the, all that horrible stuff. It's all fear-based, really. Anyway, so Donald Trump needs attention. Donald Trump needs attention. He lives on attention. He thrives on attention. He has to have attention. When Donald Trump doesn't have the attention, he goes into this really deep depression. Okay, so we'll go to that in a second about the nuclear plant in Ukraine. But first, let's unpack we'll unpack some Trump stuff. Because we really need to see this guy pay the price. We really do. Will we hear something about Donald Trump being prosecuted before the summer is over? No. No, he's a chaos queen. That's another sign of a malignant narcissist. Somebody's saying Jack is eyeing Arizona now. Let's take a look at the cards. He deserves to be alone and scared. I agree. Let's take a look at the cards and see what's going to go on in Arizona. I might have to put my hair up because I'm doing the AC free thing. Your older brother is a malignant narcissist. I'm so sorry. We're diving into Trump Cheeto. Trump Cheeto. Today was definitely a beach day. I might have to go down there after this. The Midas Touch said they're going after Melania. Did they say for what? For emails? We're going to pull 3 cards about... for some reason I want to use a rider weight for this. Let's do that. I want to ask about Jack Smith and the DOJ. Really, they're really investigating Georgia pretty heavily. We're going to read the energy of that. They think Trump used. Okay, so what somebody's saying is that I call Trump the Orange Menace too. I give Andre the astrologer credit for that because I stole it from him. So somebody's saying that they're going after Melania's emails because they think that Trump didn't use email and he didn't use phones, like cell phones, because he's a true criminal and he knows how to hide his crimes. So in the chat, some people are saying that Melania has an email account and that they're looking through it to see if Donald used it. So let's ask the pendulum. Did Donald use Melania's email? The card's sticking to me. Did Donald use Melania's email? Did he use Melania's email? It's saying yes. It's saying yes. We're going to look right now at Jack Smith's investigation of Fulton County, Georgia. I did say a few months ago that I saw Jack Smith communicating quite regularly and closely with Fani Willis about what she was doing. So that's what we're picking cards about that right now, about Georgia. So Gloria got yes too, that Trump was using Melania's email account. Interesting. This is about Georgia. Yeah, they have a really strong case. I've said that consistently across the board every single time I read on Georgia. They have a really strong case. They're starting to come to the end of their questioning. And January 6th ties into this too, obviously. This is showing that in Georgia, it's pretty complete. It doesn't look like they need to do much more in Georgia before they call Trump in, subpoena him and haul him in for trial. Is that going to happen in Georgia by the end of the summer? Yes, I'm getting yes. That will happen by the end of the summer. Right now I'm reading on Georgia. He'll be indicted soon. He'll be indicted. Not prosecuted, but this summer. I mean, people were already into July. Before you know, we're going to be talking about Halloween. I know. It's hard to believe. Nice breeze coming in. So Trump will be indicted. Yes, he'll be indicted. And so this is like by this summer. Will Trump be indicted in Georgia this month, the month of July? No. Well, then it must be August. Process of elimination. Will it be by August? Okay, it will be in August. Okay, let's go for weeks. Will it be in the first week in August? Second week in August? It looks like by the second week in August. Trump belongs in Gitto. I think you mean Gitmo. The consignment store Sandy goes to already has Christmas decorations. See, that's what I said. It's going to be here before you know it. So in a few short weeks, it looks like Trump will be indicted again. And he has said some horrible, horrible, horrible. Trump has said some horrible things about Jack Smith. The Wheel of Fortune just popped out. There's a turn of events happening. So from Trump being like not incriminated, well, he's incriminated himself, to being held accountable. Yeah, so he said F you to the president. Did you hear that? He should be forced to jump to get out of the race, yes. Well, I don't see him completing his campaign. And I think we asked this on Monday. Yeah, Monday I came on at 3. It's all coming back to me. On Monday we had a session, PNN at 3. Will Trump... Hang on. I'm deciding what to ask. Will he be... Will he have to step off the campaign trail? Will Trump have to step off the campaign trail? No. Let me ask that again, because I was kind of thinking about it from a legal standpoint. Will he have to step off the campaign trail from a legal perspective? No. So what I'm talking about, the 14th Amendment says that you shall not hold office. I don't think it says that you shall not run for office. Where's my pocket constitution? It's a... Hang on. Right 4th of July, local stores pull out the winter coats. Well, with the heat that's happening in this country right now, I don't think I'd go into that store. If I was sweating, I don't think I'd go shopping for a fur coat. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, going out to eat when you've just had a full, huge meal. Okay, here we are. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, no person shall hold the seat if he has engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may by vote of a 2/3 of each house remove such disability. Let's just see. I'm just going for the big questions about Trump, because I know they're always all on our minds. Will Donald J. Trump win the presidency of the United States? No. Okay. Will the Republicans dump Trump? I'm getting a yes on that. That's a strong yes. The Republican Party is going to dump Trump. One time I posted this beautiful video of these beautiful fireworks. I just have to say that. And I was having a great time. And then somebody rained all over my parade. You know? I understand about fireworks. But anyway, can we get off the fireworks topic? Do you mind if we do? Because people feel really strongly about this topic, and there's enough things to think about. We don't have to get all like, oh, fireworks, right? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Hi, Rose. Three cards. Trump's fate. I'm going to make a little rule for tonight because a lot of people are hot and it's post 4th of July. You guys are talking about Josh Hawley. We'll look at that. It's post 4th of July. A lot of people are hot. A lot of people are under a lot of stress for many, 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 many reasons. So I just have a request. And the request is, can we keep the conversation high? That's all. And you'll do what you do. It's a free country. This is a free channel. I don't know what Josh Hawley did. I think Josh Hawley's wife was working with the Supreme Court on the affirmative action case. Is that right? We're pulling 3 cards about Trump. Yeah, thank you, Maria. I mean, I just really want it. We need it. We need to be uplifted. So when people in the chat, this is not personal. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just making an effort here because this channel was really invented, you know, partly because we need to bring each other up. Right? That's all. Yeah, Josh Hawley's wife is a lawyer. These 3 cards are about Trump. I apologize for moving a little slowly. I'm just cooling myself off. Trump is still trying to do deals. I think I have to do this. You don't see naked people. There's not naked people on this card. Trump is really looking for people who love him. That's what he's banking on right now. Yes. He's looking for people to love him. That's why I just said it's like when you're dying of thirst and there's water. For Trump, that's like the water is all his fans. All his misled people. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. The Knight of Swords is Jack Smith, and he knows Jack Smith is coming for him. I'm still extremely upset that Trump was, well, I'm always upset with what Trump says, but he said F you to Joe Biden. Thank you, Kathy. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I was just making a point. I want us to support each other and keeping the vibe high. That's all. That's all. That's all. I love you all. You know that. I hope you know that. And thank you to the wrenches who keep the trolls away. So as far as where Trump is right now, he's looking for people to love him. I know there's some readers that have to cover up. There are some readers who actually got a Sharpie and covered up the parts. The things that people do. I'm telling you what. Anyway, so this is Jack Smith. This is a DOJ coming after Jack Smith. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Trump said that to Biden on Not Truth. I'm going to call it Not Truth Social. I love you too. But this is the law. And he knows the law is coming for him. Do you think I should take a Sharpie to my lover card? I'm not doing it. But I just wondered if you thought that I needed to do that. Yeah, so where Trump is the law is coming for him. He's looking for people to love him. And, but the law is, I mean, the law, the guys are showing me, the law is like, it's like a structure. And you can't really, it's like a really sturdy structure. And you can't really mess with a sturdy structure. I know, I wouldn't want to abuse my cards that way either. I'm not gonna cover the naked people with a Sharpie. Because the human body is a beautiful thing. So there. They'll tag you for a warning, but you can incite violence on social media. I'm telling you. The world is watching. Let's read on the Supreme Court. I'm going to change cards. I'm going to change decks. Okay. We're going to go to the Llewellyn deck. So it was a full moon last night. And I want to say that I mentioned earlier that I was at the bonfire here where I live, and there's a bonfire, and it was like being at Burning Man. I've never gone to Burning Man, but I can imagine it's like that. And what was really heartening to me, and I just wanted to talk about this, was that it was like hundreds of people gathered in a small town. They do it every year, and there were, lots of people, and of course some people were drinking, but there was a vibe in the crowd that was really good. It was really like, it gave me hope. Like nobody was being rude, nobody was being, pushing other people. There were no fights. There were, it was really good. And it just made me feel, yes, I have R-rated tarot cards. It just made me feel hopeful. It was a lot of good energy. And it made me feel like that a lot of American people have had enough with the nastiness. And it really was like, I'm so glad. I mean, of course the fire department was there because they had to hose down the bonfire. If it got too big and out of control, it's pretty huge. But the law enforcement, the police officers, everybody was just being so sweet and so nice. And, I was like saying happy 4th to the police officers and thanks for what you're doing. They smiled. And, I just want to tell you that most people are good. And in the face of all this ugliness that we have to bear witness to all the time in America, there's people want good. They want good. Yeah, and I really just got it. It's the bad that get noticed. 95% of the people are good. But remember I talked about the law of contrast and how when you have something, for a long time or a short time, whatever, you have something that you don't want and you don't want it and you don't want it and you really feel like I definitely don't want that. It kind of catapults you to the other end of the spectrum. Our inherent nature is to be kind. We're wired for kindness. We're wired for compassion. We wouldn't have survived as a human race if we weren't, cooperative. We're wired for cooperation. They had a bonfire right next to the beach. Yeah, it's really, really close to the beach. Really close to where I live. Yeah, and they used to, for the bonfires, they used to get railroad ties where they had all this axle grease. I'm telling you, the thing would burn for days. We used to live a lot more dangerously. So many good people in the world, absolutely. So I was really glad that I was there and bore witness to how kind people are. Let's read on the Supreme Court. I want to mention that at one of our grassroots meetings, I don't think Warren's here, but Warren always asks me to ask things of the pendulum during our meetings. And so he asked about the affirmative action, and I got that the Supreme Court would not throw it out. And now I'm seeing the pendulum measures the energy of something, so it doesn't look like this affirmative action thing is going to really fly. And the whole, they call it the legacy enrollment, where if you have a rich father and he went to Harvard, it's easier for you to get in, and they donate to the college, and that's been going on forever. But now the light is being shown on that. Benjamin Franklin came into your group. Not sure what you mean by that. So we're going to read on the Supreme Court these recent rulings. Yeah, they're pressuring Harvard to stop legacy enrollment, and it's extremely unfair. Let's think about, if you go to a hospital, there's a large percentage of doctors and nurses that come from other countries, right? That maybe they went to school in the United States, a lot of them did, and affirmative action was a good thing. It gave more people more opportunities. Benjamin Franklin came into your group. He was very loud. You'll have to tell me more about that. What about other ways and means to skirt the stupid Supreme Court? That's what I'm seeing with this affirmative action. Like I was saying one night, I don't know if you remember this, but I wonder, and we'll read on it, is it going to get to a point where the Supreme Court can just say whatever they're going to say? And we just go, we're not going to do that. That's my question. So basically, they'll be impotent. Wait, let me ask the pendulum. Will it get to the point where the Supreme Court is making such bad rulings that we just don't pay attention? Will it get to that point? No. One can only hope. Will it get to the point that the Supreme Court decisions, the bad decisions, will be challenged to the extent that they're impotent? Yes. It's a pretty strong yes, actually. Okay, so what's going to happen with the Supreme Court is the rulings are so heinously awful and backwards, putting our society back into the 1700s, that they won't be the law of the land. They'll be so challenged. Madonna's doing okay. I read on Madonna before, but I did read on Madonna not being. I don't think she's gonna tour. Yeah, see, somebody's saying that the nurse Andrea says her doctor is from Belfast, Northern Ireland, came to the U.S. to go to medical school because he was an Irish Catholic. And it was basically impossible to get into medical school in Ireland. So there you go. So we're reading on the Supreme Court. I really feel like the rulings have been so bad that we're going to come to a time, we'll ask about the abortion, the Dobbs decision, and we'll ask about that. But here, we're just looking at whether we're just going to find go-arounds. Yeah, the Six of Cups is like kind of like, we're all in this together. We're all one United States family. Whether you think that way, looking at what's going on or not, we're all one big American family. And every family has its troublemakers. Yeah, the Supreme Court is bruised and battered. As much as they think that they're like the almighty, I don't know what, they're going to find out differently. And the guys are saying that Senator Sheldon Whitehouse has put a lot of dents in the Supreme Court. A lot of dents in the Supreme Court. Yeah. And the Ace of Swords. I feel like I see Joe Biden having people in his administration doing workarounds to these Supreme Court horrible decisions. Yeah, interesting. So these aren't, do I see Thomas, Alito, Kavanaugh, and Roberts gone in 2025? All of them? Will Alito be gone in 2025? I see a yes. Will Kavanaugh be gone in 2025? Now, Sir Pendulum, are you just telling me what I want to? Seems too good to be true. Will Clarence Thomas be gone in 2025 from the Supreme Court? Isn't that interesting? It's like that. Alito, yes, will be gone by 2025. Kavanaugh, yes, will be gone by 2025. Thomas, will Thomas be gone from the Supreme Court by 2025? I do get a yes on that. Yeah. Amy Coney Barrett, will she be gone from the Supreme Court in 2025? Will Amy Coney Barrett be gone? Whoa, people, the plot thickens. Wow. I'm pleasantly surprised. Tell us more. I mean, that really points to, I'm seeing a shakeup. I'm seeing a shakeup. Shake it up, baby. Shake it up. I'm seeing a shakeup of the Supreme Court. And I'm kind of feeling it at the end of 2024, so I know that's like, after the election, or right around the election time. So, isn't that interesting? More about the Supreme Court. Justice. Justice. Yes. Amy never deserved to be there. What a smack across the face of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Hi, Kathy. Oh, okay. Thank you for the information. The history of SCOTUS has numerous decisions that were utter embarrassments and later overturned. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm picking up. But I don't know enough about whether the rules can be changed afterwards. It's probably good that I don't really know, but now you're saying yes. Yes. Let's ask this. I mean, they have no shame, so it would surprise me if they're embarrassed. Are the Supreme Court justices that made these terrible decisions, do they feel embarrassed in general? Do they feel embarrassed by it? I'm getting yes. I get that some of the justices will be gone in 2024. I picked that up. I picked it up on the later side of 2024. I'm kind of liking this reading. I'm good with that. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like exposed, 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 Supreme Court, exposed, 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 exposed. They won't be able to save face because we'll have all the evidence. And the guide to show me, I know it's not the Supreme Court, but the guide to show me Jim Jordan in the sense that they will be put to shame as will also Jim Jordan will be put to shame. He just popped into my head as I was talking about the Supreme Court. Because, you know, he's acting like the head of the judiciary, and I know it's not the Supreme Court, but Jim Jordan will be, like, shamed. Like, in the sense, really the same in the sense that what is found out and what, it's kind of like if there was a really embarrassing incident that you were the center of. And you really wish that nobody got to see it, and then it was plastered all over the place and you were mortified. That's what I feel about the Supreme Court justices who made bad, bad, bad decisions against the American people that they were sworn in to serve and protect our Constitution. We must be positive, yes. It's another Annette. We Annettes know we must be positive. There are people in this country that are very gifted and very talented, and it's their purpose to save America. Jack Smith is one. And they will not back down. When you get something in your noggin that you just believe in so much, and you know you cannot not do it, there's no stopping you. You wouldn't guess that Jim Jordan had shame. Well, you probably misunderstood what I was saying, so let me be clear. Let me be clear about it. It's humiliation. It's what I would call humiliation. Jim Jordan will be humiliated by the evidence that comes out about him that he thinks nobody will ever find out. Mr. Hamana, Hamana, Hamana. That's what I call him. You feel the SCOTUS bench will be a liberal majority? I do too, and the Republicans will put term limits on the bench. The Republicans will? Maybe. Anyway. It's only the beginning. It's only just begun. This exposure of the corruption of the Supreme Court is only just begun. But the message will be clear and strong, and there'll be no denying it. They won't be able to deny it. Since I'm talking about Jim Jordan, something similar happening to him, and I see Matt Gaetz in the same kind of position, humiliated by the evidence. We need to pack the court. There ain't no stopping us. Kathy, we need to talk about doing another astrology show. The 17th is the new moon in Cancer. Right? Is that right? Yeah. I see Matt Gaetz being humiliated too. But they did it to themselves. Yes, I know where to find you. I'm having the video guys video me. I'm doing a music show on the 15th. Gonna live stream it. More about that later because it's kind of weather permitting. It's an outdoor party. Jim Jordan! You what? You lifeguarded for Mark I don't know who that is. Sorry, I didn't follow that. Jim Jordan. Hamana, Hamana, Hamana. You're just a drive-by tonight, you gotta go read Shakespeare? Yes, we all do need to go read. I think I should go read Shakespeare too. That's it. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go read Macbeth. Alright, Kathy, I'll be in touch. We'll have to do a new moon show. Okay, Jim Jordan. Broken Man. Broken Man. You're in a production. Oh, cool. A Shakespeare production. How fun. Love love it. Have a good time. Thanks for stopping in. Queen of Pentacles. It looks like, interestingly, and this surprises me, Jim Jordan. It looks like there's some, for entertainment purposes only, some kind of illicit activity. There's a female, and I'm associating something illicit and Jim Jordan, but it has to do with the female. And the Six of Wands. Yeah, at first I thought, okay. It's not of a sexual nature. Is this about Liz Cheney? Is this about Liz Cheney? Because I'm picking up on a female. Okay. Liz Cheney has it out for Jim Jordan. She wants to out Jim Jordan. Yeah, interesting. I know Darren's saying that Hogarth and Lena do, it's Hogarth that has the Shakespeare readings. And I love the Shakespeare cards, and I'm going to see if I can get those. Some cards are uncannily accurate. I mean, just like those Shakespeare cards that Hogarth uses are uncannily accurate. I have a deck like that, looking on my shelf to see if I can see it from here. I'll pull it out next time. It's called Good Witch, Bad Witch. Alright, let's look at prosecutions coming for people in the house. Oh, well, let's read on Pinocchio first. Pinocchio, we know who Pinocchio is. Is George Santos going to jail? Yep. I know, I asked about it. George Santos is going to jail. Is George Santos going to be in trouble in Brazil? Because I haven't let go of that. My black and gold tarot deck is here. Want me to switch to that? I will. Is Brazil also coming for George Santos? Yeah, but I've never gotten that Pinocchio is in the clear as far as Brazil is concerned. Hang on. I've just got cards surrounding me. Okay, everybody take a cool drink. It's time for my commercial break, and I didn't write up the whiteboard. I don't know what I've been doing today. It feels like time is going by so fast, it's just kind of a blur. So I didn't write up my whiteboard, but I have plenty of room to give you a reading. If you have received a reading up until this point of the year, you should have received, well, up until a couple of weeks ago this year, you should have received an offer for a discounted reading. If you didn't check it, check your inbox, check it. Plenty of room to do your psychic reading. You do want to get a psychic reading if you have questions about your life, if you feel stuck in any way, if you want more guidance about moving forward and how to do that in your life and to have the most happy, joyous, fulfilled life possible, you should get a reading. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. And as I said at the start, starting on this Saturday, I'm teaching a full course, 7 Saturdays, 90 minutes each. The people that attend will receive recordings of the class on everything soup to nuts about how to develop your psychic ability. That's called Spiritual Boot Camp. Yes, you got a discount email. Okay, so if you got a reading anytime from the start of the year till about 2 weeks ago, you should have gotten a discounted offer for a reading. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Sign up for Spiritual Summer School Boot Camp. What else? Church of Spirituality. Please check out Church of Spirituality. It will make your life better, I promise. Every Sunday at 1, live streamed. Grassroots of Democracy. As you know, if you saw all my videos from the parades, it's grassrootsofdemocracy.com. A new slogan that I think we're going to put up is build a democracy habit. When's your birthday, Maria? She's getting a reading on her birthday. Yeah, okay, so the Church of Spirituality, it will change your life. It's changing my life for the better. That's the gift of being a channel, too. And Grassroots of Democracy meets on Thursdays, that's tomorrow night, for a 1-hour discussion group, and then on Saturdays we have Maria, and she teaches us some civics for about 20 minutes or so. And then, so that's on Saturdays, and then we jump into our work sessions, which is just like 25 minutes of quiet while we do tasks to save democracy. I think that's all for the moment. And that was my commercial. And I'll just ring the Liberty Bell. Commercial over. Isn't that better than those pharmaceutical drug company commercials? I hope so. So we have a request for the black and gold cards. Oh, one other thing I just want to say, promotional wise, I'm maybe going to toy around with the length of my videos, because my numbers are not going up, they're going down, which is like very not the best thing. When you pour all your heart and soul into something and you want it to build, and it actually decreases. So if you could help me by subscribing, hitting the thumbs up. I'm not really understanding what's going on with that. I did a reading on it, it said do a deep dive, so I'll be doing a deep dive. But I've been thinking about doing a shorter video 3 times a week to see if that helps. Maybe people don't want 90 minutes. Yeah, I might make the show an hour instead. Oh, and one other thing I forgot was I'm getting together with Denise from Spiritual Growth Tarot and Lisa. I should write down the name of Lisa's channel. But anyway, they have a show, Spiritual Growth Tarot. They have a show on Saturdays at 3 Eastern time, so I'm going to be doing that. That's 1 hour. Good. Okay. Let's ask about, actually these black and gold cards, as far as I know, were made by somebody in Ukraine. It's a mystery. They didn't put their name on it. Oh, thank you. Spiritual Intuitive Tarot is Lisa, and I'm pretty sure it's on Denise's. Thank you. Thanks, Sissy. I appreciate that. Oh, and you can donate, and you can also become a member, and you get benefits that you'll enjoy when you become a member. Yeah, it's YouTube, but is it? I think it's from Spiritual Growth Tarot, because it has to be on a specific channel. So that's this Saturday, July 8th. I apologize for bouncing all over the place. These cards are made by a Ukrainian artist, so we're reading on the nuclear power plant. Yeah. Whenever I want to say Putin, I feel like Trump, the word Trump is going to come out of my mouth. Putin. Probably no accident. Because Trump is still up there praising Putin and getting Americans to cheer. As far as the power plant in Ukraine, the Two of Swords indicates that Putin is undecided. Whoever that Putin guy is. Violetta said her numbers are going up and up. My numbers have been going down for a long time. Thank you, Maria. And you guys are so wonderful and supportive. So, and I know that you'll help me and you'll do what you can. I know my channel is a little nuts, but keeps life interesting. The Five of Cups. Okay, here's the deal. Putin really wants to do something horrifying with that nuclear power plant. But the Five of Cups is he knows if he does, he's lost everything. So this is about that power plant. Gloria's saying Violetta said her numbers go down. Yeah, mine are down. I just want them to go up, that's all. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is Zelensky. I'm seeing some kind of a decision being made that looks like somehow I feel like it feels like the dignitaries or, statespeople, somebody, important people, diplomats, are going to talk Putin out of what he is trying to do, thinking about doing. Somebody's saying the problem with my channel might be YouTube. I definitely think it's YouTube. Definitely. Oh, thank you, Linda. You're sweet. Well, that's the thing. I feel like the readings are accurate. We have a good time. We have a lot of fun. We know each other. We're saving democracy. It's like, there's a lot of information. I have a high accuracy rate. So anyway, back to Putin and this insanity. Is Putin going to be is this plan going to be shut down? Yes. The plan to mess with that nuclear power plant will be shut down. Oh, and that's just reminded me, because I was hearing the news about him making those threats the other day. Gloria's saying that something YouTube's doing against readers. That could be. The other day, I was hearing about this power plant and the threats that Putin is making to blow up the nuclear power plant, which is the most insane thing possible. It's bad enough that they have accidents, but to do it deliberately, to even have nuclear power is a terrible idea. But anyway. What I had a vision, and in the vision I saw divine intervention. I had a vision of angels swooping down and taking the weapons out of Putin's hand. It would kill many Russians, yeah. Yeah, it would destroy everything. I saw divine intervention with the power plants. Now let me tell you too, the other place where divine intervention happened, as sure as I feel that sense of sureness, is that a word? Was January 6th. Was somebody harassing me? What's going on? Well, I missed it, which is good. Garden Girl's relaying that she had an experience with a hairdresser who was talking bad about the Democrats, which you have to understand that they're brainwashed. Yeah, I didn't see the harassment. You have to understand these people, that these people are brainwashed, and I had an experience yesterday being in the second parade I was in with promoting grassroots of democracy. I don't see much of this in Massachusetts, but just to respond to that with the hairdresser that's bashing the Democrats, I had to have a talk with myself, because I saw a couple guys, one had a shirt on and said like Halloween, and there was an ugly picture of Biden, and the other one had a shirt on that said "Let's go Brandon," and I walked by them in the parade with all my red, white, and blue and everything, and my sign, and I turned around and looked them right in the eye. They're young guys, and young gentlemen, if you can call them that. And I looked right at them and I said, "You're breaking my heart." And he was like, the guy that had the "Let's Go Brandon" shirt on was like, "What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" I said, "You're breaking my heart." And I was so tempted to walk back and to just say, "Do you know what fascism is?" Just to ask that question. And I was like, "Don't do it, Annette. Don't do it, Annette. We don't want to start anything. They don't understand that if we had a dictator, their lives would be holy hell. And Thomas is saying they do it to provoke a reaction. Yes, that's true, but irregardless, what they don't understand is their own lives would be a holy hell. Their lives. They have no idea. No idea. And these guys were out in front of a hotel. So my sense was that they weren't from, that was just my sense, was that they weren't, not that there aren't Trumpsters in Massachusetts, but we're going to pull 3 cards since we're on the topic. Yeah, they don't see that till it bites them in the arse, and we're trying to save them from that. Yeah, they'll excuse Trump for everything because that's what I talk about it all the time till, probably sick of hearing me saying it. It's a cult and they're brainwashed. And in a cult, the leader can do no wrong. Yes, the lack of civics in our schools is shocking, and that's a ploy. Taking civics out of the school is a ploy. You know how, we haven't read on him, but we will, let's read on Run to Fascist first. Let's read on Run to Fascist. Maybe YouTube doesn't like when I call him Run to Fascist, I don't know. Run to Fascist, 6 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Run to Fascist is going to be bowled over by the opposition, just so you know. So Garden Girl, I hope you go to a different hairdresser because you don't need that abuse. Donald Trump called the President of the United said F you to the President of the United States. Do I think YouTube leans right? Hang on. Does Google lean to the right? I'm not getting a yes on that. No, I'm not getting a yes on that. I said Google. I'm not getting a yes that Google leans to the right. Google owns YouTube. I don't think that that's it. Because I think that they don't care what you say as long as you have a lot of viewers. And there are ways to rack up your numbers that are illegitimate. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. As far as Run to Fascist goes, the 6 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, he's about to be flooded with bad information. I mean negative information. Will he try to will DeSantis illegally try to get a 3rd term as governor? Will he try to get a 3rd term as governor? No. I mean, it's really, after this heinous performance of DeFascist, he doesn't even know how to talk to people. I mean, that's pretty bad. When you're a politician, you're supposed to be able to schmooze. He just yells at people. So yeah, there's a deluge of bad information coming for DeFascist. And he won't be able to, it's going to be so clear what a bad person he is, and no one's going to want to be around him. He doesn't have the cult. Ron DeFascist doesn't have the ability to put his followers, as few followers as he has at this point, under hypnosis. DeFascist doesn't have the ability to put his followers under a hypnotic spell. He doesn't have that. Trump has that. Trump has figured that out. So I just want to say that I think I'm going to shut it down early because I'm going to go ahead and give my little theory. I'm going to put my little theory to the test that I might get more traction with shorter vids. Bear with me while I test this out. Yeah, people are leaving Florida. Let's read on. Let's do a couple more questions. And I do have tea leaves here, so watch me just go ahead and go 90 minutes when I'm saying I'm not going to. Let's read on Florida. Darren calls him DeSatan. I used to call him DeSatan, but I call him DeFascist now. Florida's economy is really going to suffer. I was reflecting the other day on a couple years ago. If you guys were with me, you remember I used to say Florida had a big, giant, dark cloud over it. Couldn't understand it, but now I do. Florida. Florida. Bottle drop. I'm reading about Florida and now there's a bottle drop. Another reader says a Putin double will be killed. I've been really astounded at how different all the Putins look. Angela, I just went over that about the power plant. Did you miss that? I kind of had a big story about it. I was reading on the power plant. It looks like that Putin really wants to bomb the power plant, but he's being told of how bad that will be for him and how bad that will be for Russia. Thank you, Linda. You're so sweet. If I leave early, you will miss me. Thank you. It makes me feel good. I see angelic intervention that he will not be able to. The power plant is protected by light beams on the etheric. I do get that. But I feel like there are, like diplomats, there are people that are going to talk to whoever that Putin guy is, and they're gonna tell him how bad that. It's already bad enough he's losing the war. Okay, so this is about Florida. Putina. Florida, the Nine of Swords. Florida is really, really going to. Did you hear the bottle drop? Maybe the bottle drop will be my cue. Actually, they were dropping bottles like around 6. People started drinking early. Will Disney win their lawsuit again? Denise. Thank you, Denise. Wait. Let me see if I can remember this correctly. I think I saw a headline that DeSantis dropped his lawsuits against Disney. So, and I'm seeing the question, will Disney win their lawsuit against DeSantis? I have to look at the news. Let me see. Because I don't know if that's all been dropped. Have the lawsuits between DeSantis and Disney, have they come to an end? That's my question. Have the lawsuits come to an end? No, they have not. Yeah, they have not. Oh, he wanted them dropped. No, I felt like what I read, I understood it to say that DeSantis decided not to sue Disney anymore, to just kind of drop it. So if you know more about that, do let me know. Oh yeah, St. Michael the Archangel is a patron saint of Ukraine. That's interesting, because I felt like, you know the story of Abraham in the Bible where God's testing Abraham and he says, take your son out and then kill your son, and then the angel swoops in. It's like, God was just testing you. The Bible's very violent. God was just testing you and took the sword away from Abraham. That's the sense that I got about, about this power plant in Ukraine. That the angels were going to swoop in and make sure no harm was done. Harm has already been done, but not to the extent that Putin's daydreaming about. So we're reading on Florida. 9 of Swords for Florida. This is really, and the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is a message for Florida. Rise up. Rise up. It's unbelievable how much power the American people have that they're not taking. What's everybody doing? Florida, rise up. I think they need a grassroots of democracy everywhere, you know, where people get to work and they build a democracy habit. Man. Because there's all this suffering. Maybe people are just too hot and distraught. Anyway, the Nine of Swords, a lot of suffering. The Four of Cups, the people not taking the opportunity, and this can turn around. It's just I'm just telling everyone, if you live in Florida, join up with other people that are fighting against. He's ruining the Florida economy completely. They need to start over. The women will save Florida. It does look like the people will rise up with a new message. Oh, sissy, you have to be nice. Not all Floridians voted for the fascists. There's a lot of corruption going on. Lots of corruption. I'm going to just pick 3 cards about the Democrats. Judge rules against Florida law restricting drag shows. He's such a sick human. DeSantis is such a sick human. I'm pulling 3 cards about the Democrats. And I'm failing in my quest to make a shorter video. I am bad at that. Okay, let's see. Reading about the Democrats. Yeah, Texas is bad. Abbott and DeFascists are 2 peas in a pod. They're very vile people. Democrats. 4 of Swords. Democrats are kind of exhausted. We need to have, the Democrats in office are kind of exhausted. They've kind of surrendered, but help is coming soon for the Democrats. That's the general energy. It hasn't been dismissed, the Disney suit. Okay. I'm having fun too. I always have fun. You guys are really fun. I know, I need to do shorts as well. Doing shorts it's very quirky on YouTube, but there's a million things I could do that I'm not doing. And by the way, I'm looking to hire a publicist or a social media person. I've said it before, I'm offering somebody a job who can do the job of promoting through social media. No takers yet. As far as the Democrats go, yeah, the Democrats are worn out. I got an email, a newsletter from Simon Rosenberg, who has Hopium, which is really good. I want to recommend a couple of different organizations, people. Jessica Craven, Chop Wood, Carry Water, excellent, uplifting newsletters about saving democracy. And also Simon Rosenberg, excellent, informative, optimistic, called Hopium. But anyway, in Simon Rosenberg's newsletter today, he said that, we all need to kind of take a little break. In the sense that things slow down a little bit in the summer so we can all enjoy the beach or whatever you enjoy, the bonfires. Not that we don't have work to do, but reading on the Democrats that are in our government, it's been hard. They've had to just kind of roll with it, do what they can. The Four of Swords is like, they need a timeout. And the Chariot is, things are gonna, they're kind of waiting for the DOJ to start taking action. The Democrats in office. They're kind of just, but that gives me a sense that they kind of trust that a lot is out of their hands and in the hands of the DOJ at the current time. I forgot I have tea leaves. I'm also offering tea leaf readings if you don't want to take the plunge into a full 50-minute reading. Thomas is putting up the aliens. Thomas, are you an alien? You just had to ask. And in our cup, we have Jupiter. We're going to see, I see a cat. Hang on, I see a cat. You come in peace. A cat. I see a cat. Let's see. I see a cat and the plus sign. Let me tell you what that means. A warning against overdoing it. I was just talking about that. The plus sign means a warning against overdoing it. Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about with the Democrats. We all need to just be cool. Be cool. Be cool in attitude and be cool in temperature. And let's see what a cat symbolizes. Hang on, it's giving me the wrong page. Oh well. I have some new tea from Salem. A cat in the take it easy position. A good luck symbol. Okay, so this is basically saying when you've done all you can do, then there's a time of rest, a time of just, like hanging out, letting things steep. Speaking of tea. Thomas is the alien that comes in peace to serve man. Good. We need you. And you live on watermelon, correct? I see a bird. I always see birds. Yes, I see birds and a nest, emotional security. Things are going to get better. I promise you. And we're going to find out about a lot of hidden information. There's looks like bushes on the bottom of the cup. We're going to find out about a lot of hidden information. There will be a deluge of information that's been hidden. So right now we're in a little bit of a wait and see holding pattern. That sounds familiar. I said something to that effect. Thank you, Daryl. I said something to that effect on Monday. That we're in a little bit of a holding pattern right now. So during this time that's kind of a little quiet. It's a holiday week. It's kind of a little bit of a quiet time. Many of us here did not vote Republican. Well, I think everybody here, Betty, didn't vote Republican. Or Lisi. None of us here voted Republican because the Republicans have gone rogue and they have been very racist and evil. And we love one another, so there's that. So take this opportunity. It's kind of a holiday week. Chill out. If you have a pool to go to the pool. If you have a beach to go to the beach. I might do that now. It's right down the street. And have a cool drink. Be kind, be loving, meditate on peace. Also, before I go, I just want to let you know that on psychicannetteDion.com you can purchase 10 guided meditations for a healed America for the low cost of $20. So, check it out. And if you need help with anything, get a reading. psychicannetteDion.com. Yes, okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm always hanging in there. Things are good. I accentuate the positive. And I apologize if anybody took offense, but it's not personal. If I felt like the energy in the chat was getting sad, I just like to tell people to pick it up. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Namaste. Tell your friends. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. And, yeah. Namaste. Love you guys. Keep spreading the good words.